Narcissistic people say lots of different things to basically gaslight your reality, to distort your perception of events, to distort your feelings to certain situations, so that the narcissist can keep control over the given situation. Narcissistic people say lots of different things to excuse or justify or rationalize their hurtful behaviour towards you, and dealing with this can be very confusing, it can be very challenging. However, when we learn to recognise their manipulation tactic, we can learn to no longer take their personal attacks personally and distance ourselves from their very hurtful mind games towards us. As when it comes to a narcissist, gaslighting, it's not a case of you both went to one sporting event and you both have a different perception of what happened and a different opinion of the referee's decision. This is a case of they will provoke a certain feeling within you and then blame your feelings for being the problem. This is when something will happen and they will deny all knowledge of it ever happening. This is when something never happened, yet they will claim that it did happen to confuse you so that they can get their needs met by you. And one of the first things a narcissistic person might say is, "I'm only joking." And this is used to mask their hurtful remarks, their hurtful comments, their hurtful jibes, to mask their sarcasm towards you. People say and do things. And with genuine people, we're all capable of doing something or saying something, and then the other person coming and saying, "Hey, that made me feel like this," and you're thinking, "Oh, I didn't mean to offend you, I was only joking, it wasn't meant in that manner," because you genuinely care about them. So you listen to them, you respect them, and you don't repeat the behaviour. Narcissistic people lack this empathy, so they simply don't care. You're the problem, you're the one that can't take a joke. And once they know that that behaviour hurts you, they continue hurting you in that way because they lack the empathy to care about you. They're just interested in getting their needs met by you, in getting their own way with you, by blaming and shaming you, by accusing you of not being able to take a joke as the problem rather than their actions towards you. One of the first rules when dealing with narcissistic people is never tell them how you feel, because they want to convince you that your emotional reactions to their actions are the problem, to distract you from their actions being the actual problem. You can be open and vulnerable and honest with them. They have an inability to be this with you. They'll just shut down on you, blame you, shame you, move on to somebody new. You're too sensitive. Narcissistic people will go all out to dismiss their behaviour by exaggerating your reactions towards their insensitive behaviour towards you. When you're feeling sensitive, which is a normal emotion, when you're feeling sensitive, this should be met with empathy and compassion and acknowledged by a genuine person, as if someone came to you hurt by a situation, you wouldn't try to dismiss them and play it down. You try to listen and help and support. So things like this should be met with empathy and not insensitivity. You misunderstood me. Narcissistic people are a class act at going all out to purposely make people misunderstand them. They will go all out to tell you just enough of a story so that you jump to the conclusion they want you to jump to, which is the wrong conclusion, but they'll fail to correct you. And then when you find out the truth, they'll just come along and say, "Well, you misunderstood me." And they believe they're right because they failed to actually inform you. They want to imply that your response, your reactions to finding out the truth is in some way in the wrong. And if you ask them to clarify, they will take you off topic. They will bring up something you've done. They will go all out to divert the attention away from themselves and on to you. And as they never resolve anything with you, as they chip away at you, you can emotionally explode out at them. When you find the truth out about something, you can explode at them, to which they're just going to accuse you of overreacting, to undermine you, to imply that your perfectly normal reactions to their unbelievable, hurtful, secretive reactions is wrong in some way, is irrational in some way, when you're not being irrational. They're being abusive, they're being secretive, they're lying to you, they're hiding things from you, they're confusing you, they're gaslighting you. It's normal to react in the ways that you do towards a narcissistic person. It's all your fault, or you made me do it. This is when a narcissistic person is looking to shift the blame over to you because they don't want to take responsibility for the things they did to you. And it can come out in various phrases such as, well, if you'd have paid me more attention, if you'd have done that, I didn't know. They're going to go all out to blame somebody else so that they do not have to take responsibility for their behaviour. We all make mistakes. People who can hold themselves accountable are people who can grow and learn and change. Narcissistic people who go all out to shift the blame will not change. They just find new ways to lie to you, new ways to deceive you, and new ways to get away with their behaviour so that they're never held accountable and they don't have to face the consequences for their actions. Often you face the consequences for their hurtful actions. You're jealous when a narcissist is looking to deflect their behaviour by blaming your emotions. So they'll go all out to impress a stranger. They'll go all out to discard you for a new source of supply when you're not serving them as they want you to. And then they'll accuse you of being jealous and bitter. They'll accuse you of being obsessed with them, so that they can play the victim to those around you and gain the sympathetic attention while attacking you. So it seems like there's nothing wrong with their lying, cheating, manipulative behaviour and everything wrong with your perfectly normal emotional reactions that they've provoked within you by them failing to communicate with you. And we have to recognise they don't want to communicate, they just want to have everything their own way. You're the one who's trying to control me. Part of the narcissist projection, as they are usually going all out to coercively control you, yet they want to twist it on to you so that they can get away with their behaviour. When they turn around to you and say things like, sorry, I forgot you were perfect, this is to make you question and doubt yourself and not their unreasonable behaviour, not their mistakes, not their flaws, not their wrongdoings. Narcissistic people say so many things to gaslight you, to distract you from their behaviour so that they can get away with their behaviour while getting you to question and doubt yourself so that you no longer question them, and they can continue with their sense of superiority, destroying you. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, we have to learn not to take their personal attacks personally. We have to learn not to explain to them our feelings. There are certain people you can be vulnerable with, and there are certain people you need to distance yourself away from. We have to recognise that that is who they are as a person. We can't help them, we can't change them. They have to be willing to help themselves. And when it comes to narcissistic people, they're just willing to manipulate and help themselves to your stuff, because every action to them is a transaction to get their needs met by you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support of the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have 2 books out on Amazon, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, which I'll add the links to those in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.